Hello everyone. Our today's topic is gonadotrophin releasing hormone. These hormones are produced by gonads. In male, it is pair of testes, and in female, it is pair of ovaries. Together they are known as gonads. Gonads are controlled by the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland. The hypothalamus regulates the pituitary gland by producing GnRH, and this will signal the anterior pituitary to produce the FSH and LH. In male, in testes, there are few highly coiled tubules known as seminiferous tubule, and in between these seminiferous tubules, there are few Leydig cells present, and this Leydig cell will secrete the male hormone known as testosterone by the stimulation of LH. Now, FSH will bind to the Sertoli cells, which provide the nutrients and will help in the sperm cell production. Now, when the testosterone is produced, it has a negative feedback regulation mechanism. When the testosterone levels are higher, it will signal the hypothalamus to decrease the production of GnRH and the anterior pituitary to decrease the production of FSH and LH. Now, how this production decreases? Testosterone will stimulate the Sertoli cells to make a hormone inhibin, and this will inhibit the anterior pituitary. When the testosterone levels are low, that will trigger the hypothalamus to decrease the production of GnRH. And so the whole regulation cycle is based on a negative feedback mechanism. Now the functions. Before birth, testosterone is produced in few months and it promotes the development of male reproductive system. At puberty, it promotes the male secondary sexual characters such as increase in muscles and bone mass, change of voice, pubic hair growth, and the growth of sexual organs. Now in females, the hypothalamus will make gonadotrophin releasing hormone, and it will stimulate the anterior pituitary gland to produce FSH and LH. As the follicle has granulosa cells and theca cells, so the FSH will target the granulosa cells, and it will help in the development of follicle and until the ovulation occurs. And the luteinizing hormone will target the theca cells to produce estrogen. As estrogen is produced, it has a positive feedback mechanism. Now during menstrual cycle, before ovulation, some amount of estrogen is released from the ovary, and estrogen stimulates the hypothalamus to release GnRH and anterior pituitary to release the LH. GnRH also stimulates the anterior pituitary to release LH, and LH in turn will cause the release of additional amount of estrogen from the ovary. Now the levels of GnRH and the LH is increased in the blood due to this positive feedback effect. Now, and this will occur until the ovulation. Now the rest of follicles after the ovulation occurs, it will be called as the corpus luteum, and that will mix the progesterone hormone, and this progesterone hormone is very important for making uterine lining in case pregnancy occurs. Then the progesterone will be produced by the placenta to maintain the pregnancy, and if does not occur, this progesterone will regress and the cycle will be repeated. Now the functions. Estrogen during the puberty, it triggers the development of female sexual characteristics such as uterine development, breast development, and the growth of pubic hair. Now some disorders of ovary gland. First, amenorrhea. It is irregular or the absence of menstrual period in a woman of reproductive age. Also hypogonadism. This is caused by low level of estrogen. Symptoms: loss of or failure or to develop menstruation, loss of body hair and bone mass, urinary bladder discomfort, etc. Now disorders of testes. Hypogonadism. In male, hypogonadism occurs when testicles do not produce enough testosterone. Symptoms: infertility, decrease in breed and growth of body hairs, decrease in size of testicles, etc. Now, testicular cancer. It occurs when abnormal cells growth occurs or uncontrolled cell growth occurs in the testicles. Symptoms: enlargement of either testicles, pain or discomfort in testes or in the scrotum.